Welcome to my channel. I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 5. Today I have some finished objects, some works in progress, a shout-out pattern, and a tote. So let's get started. With my finished objects, I have my daisy blanket that I want to show you. I've showed you this in the last couple of videos, showing you my progress as I put the squares together. It's a join as you go project, and it is out of a magazine that I have had for quite a while called Crochet Today magazine. It's April 2013, I believe, the issue. So here it is. Got it all done. And I have the border. You can see the border, and it's washed and blocked and ready to go. So I'm very happy to get finished with this. It was fun to make it, but you know, it's always good to get finished with something so you can move on to something else. Okay, so my second my second finished object is the hiding tree set. I'm not completely finished with it, but I did do another little animal. So this week, as I was working on it, I finished the koala bear. Same size as the other little animals. I'll go ahead and show you them. Remember, I had this fox. And this week I stitched the tail kind of to the side of the body. So I have the fox, and I have the squirrel, which was the first one that I did. Okay? And I started working on the tree, but I'm not quite finished with that yet. So I'll show you that in just a minute when we're talking about the works in progress. Okay, my other finished project that I did this week is another Christmas ornament, and it's for my Use Your Scraps project that I'm working on. So here he is. It's a little Santa. I just used scrap yarn. The pattern is on Ravelry, and I'll have the links to all these patterns down in the description box. Another thing I did was a bookmark, and this is a little rose on the end of it, and then the little string that you put into the book has got a little stem and a little tassel on the end. Real easy, simple project, just use scraps. The pattern I found on Ravelry. It is actually called the Flower Bookmark Stem, and if you click on it, you go to a website called livingthecraftlife.com, and there's a link to making the flower as well, because it's the same lady's pattern. And the Santa ornament is from the stitchinmommy.com website, but the link is there in Ravelry. Okay, so that's my finished objects today. My works in progress are the hiding tree set. Let me go ahead and show you that again. Okay, I showed you the animals that I've done. I'm also going to do an owl, but I haven't worked on it yet. I haven't started it yet, but I did work on the tree. See, there's a little knot hole right there where the little animal can peek through. There's the top of the tree. There's a drawstring at the top. See, that's where you put the animals. There's a drawstring at the top. When you pull it together, it closes up the tree. Okay, I did alter that just a little bit because she just had one drawstring, and so when you pulled it together, the tree would kind of hang cockeyed, and so I decided to put another one in there going the opposite direction, so when you pulled on both of the strings, it would close it up, and then you would have two handles, and it would hang more level. So that's the only thing I changed. The reason it's not finished yet is because there's some accent pieces that I'm going to be putting around on the trunk to make it look like bark, so it'll be a little more realistic. And there's a couple little branches that come out on both sides, and then that will finish it off. Besides, I'm going to do an owl that will go in there as well. And then they will be finished. So by next week, it should be a finished object. Okay, my next work in progress is the mermaid blanket. Still working on that, but I did get a few more inches done on it. It's getting pretty long. Down there at the bottom, that's actually the top, and then this is actually the bottom, but I have about 10 more inches to go. Yeah, and then I'll start decreasing, and then I'll make the fin. So that will close that off. So, still working on it, getting there. My next work in progress is another baby blanket that I just started since I finished the daisy blanket, which is baby blanket size. So I got a book. This will be part of my Stitch Your Library group that I belong to on Facebook, where we encourage each other to use patterns that are in our pattern library already. Okay, so this one is put out by Michaels because it says Loops and Threads there, which is a yarn that Michaels makes and sells. And this book is the Baby Blocks, just called Baby Blocks, and I've had it for quite a while. The pattern that I'm working on is called the Patchwork Puzzle Blanket. Let me show you a picture of it. There's the picture. It's like kind of modified granny squares of different sizes that end up stitching together. I'm doing those colors, but I'm using Bernat Baby, a Softy Baby yarn, and I'm using all those colors just like in the blanket, except the dark blue. I'm not doing dark blue. I'm using a yellow instead of that. But besides that, I am using the green, the blue, and the white, and then I'm using yellow instead of the dark blue. And here's my first square. This is the largest square, okay? I'm using a G hook, and it's supposed to be a 12-inch square, but I measured it a little while ago, and mine only turned out to be 10 inches. But I think when I block it, you know, and put it all together, that it'll stretch, and it will end up being that size. It calls for the squares to be whip stitched together, I believe, but I enjoyed the way I did the join as you go method on the daisy blanket. I enjoyed it so well that I think I'm going to do that when I join these together, and so that would actually enlarge the squares a little more. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. I'll see once I get some of the other ones. I'll lay them out next to each other and see what I think. And then I'll decide after that. So that's my third work in progress. My fourth work in progress is my Use Your Scraps project that I'm working on. And this is a square that I found on Ravelry. It's called the Moroccan Window Square. And it's a 12-inch square, I believe. And I just thought it would be so good as a scrap project because you use a main color and then you just have all these single stripes of different colors alternating with the main color. Okay, so here it is. Moroccan Window Square. And see, every other row is white, which was what I'm going to be using as my main color. And then I just added all these different random squares that I have, random colors that I have balls of. And so that's the first one. And I'm going to do the join as you go method as with that. So you'll be seeing that as it's growing. I barely started another one, just the middle part. It's easy pattern. You can find it on Ravelry. There's also a YouTube tutorial that shows you how to do this if you're more of a visual learner. And that is at it'sallinanutshell.com. It's All in a Nutshell. That's the YouTube channel for it. But I'll put links in the description box for all these. Let's see. So that's all my works in progress that I'm doing. But I will be doing some more of the small projects, like the ornaments, the bookmarks, the different things. I've got several things here. I've got some more bookmarks that are really cute that I want to do, and some other little projects, but I'll be showing them as I get them done. I'll show them to you and give you links to the patterns and help you come up with ideas that you can use to use up your scraps. Okay, So then we can buy more yarn, right? Okay. So my shout out pattern today is actually a shout out to a YouTube channel that I enjoy. The name of the channel is Beth in Texas 1, and that is Beth Ham. And she's been making YouTube videos for a long time. She's got some awesome tutorials. She's got tutorials to show you the basic stitches in crochet and how to get started crocheting. And she has tutorials showing you different projects, okay? And this one is a scrappy blanket project that I found, and I've actually done this project twice. I don't have them anymore because I gave them as gifts, but I'll show you a picture of it. This is the one of the ones that I did, and it's a close-up of just one piece of it, so that way it'd be a close-up picture. Let's see if I can get it in the camera here. I think you can see that. The pattern is called Scrappy Steps. I don't know if that turned out good. Let me see. How about that? Anyway, it's Scrappy Steps Afghan, and you can make it as large or small as you want. It is a rectangular Afghan, but I mean, you can make it wide. Oh, I guess you probably, depending on how you do it and where you stop, increasing and start decreasing, because it's kind of like a corner-to-corner type sort of blanket. I don't know. But her tutorial shows you how to do it, and there's about 5, I think, different videos, parts to it, and she starts with an introductory video that talks about it, even talks about how you can gather your scraps together and know how much you need to get a whole row completed, and how to organize your scraps, to put them together, how to put the colors together. It's very, very informative video. Lots of different steps to it. Like I said, I believe there's 5 parts to it. And one thing's good about it, it's got a fringe on either end. And so then when you stop, you just cut your yarn, and you can just leave, so much. If you want 6 inches on each side, just leave that much and cut it off, and you don't have to weave in the ends. So that's just great, because there's fringe on either end, okay? And I will put a link to her channel below. She hasn't made videos in a while, but the videos that she has on there are just awesome. So I encourage you, if you are a crocheter, to check out her video and see how you like her projects that she has on there. Okay, so that's really all my crochet items today, but I do have a tote bag that I made. It's I would say it's yarn or crochet related, because it is a tote bag that I'm using to put my projects in. I found the material that I liked so well, and it had such a large print of the material that it was just calling for something big to show out that material. So I found a YouTube tutorial that I followed, and the channel, if you are a sewer, I recommend you checking her out. The channel name is Debbie Shore, and she makes lots of tutorials showing you how to sew project bags, cosmetic bags, notions bags, tote bags, different organizer bags, and just small projects. So I followed her tutorial, and here's my tote bag that I made. As you can see, if I can get it all in there, it's Wizard of Oz. And it's got pictures on the corner, on the sides. And there's the other side. It's got the Tin Man. And then the back side has also got things from the movie, pictures. And then it's lined. It's a very large bag, as you can see. I've been putting one of my blanket projects in it. It's got, on the inside, it's got a zipper panel. If you can see the zipper insert. So you unzip that. And it's very large on the inside. The inside lining, if you can see, is a fabric that's got poppies on it, which, if you're familiar with the movie, you know that there's a field of poppies in the movie, so I thought that would be appropriate as a liner. I put a little zipper pull on the bag, on the big zipper here, and it's a little zipper pull that I got from Etsy. If you can see, it's really tiny. Let's see if it'll focus. There you go. It's the ruby slippers. Isn't that cute? I thought that was so cute and appropriate for my little zipper pull for the big zipper here. On the outside, there's a side pocket there, see? And that's where I can put my scissors, or I have my crochet hook that I'm using. Here's my scissors. Oop, my crochet hook flew out. Here's the crochet hook I'm actually using. It's one of the ones that have the lights on it, the crochet light. I don't use the light that much, but there it is. Just happened to be the G hook that I grabbed to start this with. And I have a zipper pull on this pocket. See if you can see it. I got that on Etsy as well. It may be a glare, but it's a little scene from the movie when the group gets to the Land of Oz. Anyway, so I made the straps. I put just a brown bottom to it, if you can see. So anyway, that's my tote bag. And I'm going to be doing a few more project bags here and there, just for myself or for family members. I have a couple that I want to start that are going to be for gifts. And then, so from time to time, I may show you a little bag that I did, but I do want to keep this this podcast crochet related, but I thought the project bags would be related to that as well. So that's all I have today. Please subscribe to my channel and like my videos if you haven't subscribed already. And please come back and check me out next week and see how much progress I've done on my projects and what I've started and completed that I can show you. It's very hot here in Texas. It's going to be July in a couple of days, because this is like the 28th or the 29th of June, and it's very, very hot here. So we're just trying to keep cool and enjoying our summer vacation. So hope y'all have a good week, and please come back and see what I get done next week. Bye.